Hello and welcome to Getting Started with Cricut. Have you been wanting to make your own designs but not sure where to start? Well, in this lesson, we will be talking all about the basics of using your Cricut, the materials you will need, and how to make your first cut. Let's get crafting. Here are the materials that you will need for today's lesson. You will need your Cricut, some cardstock, a Cricut mat, and a weeding tool. The Cricut has a total of 4 buttons and a dial. Each button is responsible for a different job. The power button is located on the very top of the machine. This will turn your Cricut on and off. The 3 buttons on the bottom are used during the cutting process. The first button is for loading and unloading your mat. The middle button is your Cricut Go button. This will blink and chirp when your Cricut is ready to start cutting. Let's say you're not sure about the way a cut is going. You can press the last button, the pause button, to make sure you have everything the way you want it. Finally, and most importantly, is the dial in the middle. This tells the machine what material will be cutting, if it needs to maybe cut it twice, or add a little bit more pressure. You always want to make sure you check your setting before you start your cut. In order to use your Cricut machine, you must download Design Space onto your computer, iPad, or phone. Once Design Space is downloaded and an account is made, you will click on New Project. Here is where all of the magic happens. You can add a text box or a simple picture that you want your Cricut to cut out. Once you create your design, you want to make sure that you select all to attach it together. This makes sure that your design stays in place. Now that you know all the parts of your Cricut, let's bring your first design to life. Today, we will be making a simple ball craft. You're going to start with a new canvas and add an oval and a rectangle. We're going to slide them both over so we can see them. We're going to click on our oval and change it to about 6 inches, and then click on our rectangle and change it to 1.5 inches. I'm then going to turn my rectangle 90 degrees so that it's standing straight up and pull it down to be right in the center of our oval. I'm going to select all, go to combine, hit weld, and now I have my shape for today. I'm going to change my color to orange so we can see our pumpkin, and I'm going to go up to the corner and hit make. Now my design is ready to be sent to our Cricut. Now it is time to load and cut. First, we're going to lay our paper out on our mat and smooth it out. I'm going to go up and check my settings to make sure that it's on the right material, line my mat up with the rollers, check my setting one more time, and press our blinking arrow button, which will load our mat in. I'm going to wait for the Cricut C Go button to start blinking and give its chirp, and then go ahead and press that. The machine will now start to make its cut. Make sure that you keep your hands away from the machine while it is cutting so you do not interfere with the machine. When the Cricut is done, the arrow buttons will blink and light up. We're going to press that so that we can unload our mat. I'm going to close my Cricut just to get it out of the way. Grab my weeding tool, and now I'm going to start to pull back the extra material that I do not need very carefully to make sure that I do not rip my project. I'm then going to use my weeding tool again just to lift the corner and then peel back my cardstock from my mat. And there we have it. We have just finished our first cut. A very cute little pumpkin for fall. Congratulations, you have made your first Cricut project. You learned how to set up your machine, design in your design space, and cut safely. Now that you have the basics, the world is yours to continue creating in for anything that you may need.